Standing.
Today's class, we're going to kind of focus on lengthening. Right? Today's class is going to be a lot about lengthening. So, lengthening is strengthening, as we know. All right. So, we're going to start with our feet comfortably under our hips, toes pointed forward, lifting tall through the back of the head. So, we lengthen our spine, let our shoulders relax, rising up onto the toes as we inhale, taking a few breaths here. Arms can come with it if you like. Inhaling up and exhaling down. So really taking this time to start to breathe really fully and deeply. Inhale, lift up onto the toes and exhale down. Good. Nice full breath as we lift and exhale down. And then we're just going to lift our right leg as we bring our leg up. We inhale and exhale, lower. And then shifting over to lift the left leg up as we inhale gracefully. And exhale back down. And one more each side. So inhale, lifting the right leg, lifting the spine, tall, hold, and lower down. And again, one more to the left. See if you can just hold for a moment and lower back down. Great. And then bringing our arms up over our head, grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand and just kind of lengthening that arm and taking a little side stretch over to the left. And then just send your right hip over a little bit more to the right. A little side stretch and opening of that side of our body. And come up and switch. Grab hold of the left wrist and you're just going to gently pull and take a little bit of a side bend to the right and send your left hip a little bit to the left. And then coming up, you might just clasp your thumbs together. I know you can't see my hands. Take a back bend just by kind of looking up, letting the arms go a little bit back. And lifting up and releasing those arms out. And we're going to just circle one shoulder and then the other. Big circles back, forward, up, back, and down. And then bringing the elbow with it. Big circle. And going whatever pace feels comfortable to your shoulder, but don't go too deep. And then take the full arm and nice big circle back. Taking a little twist with that. So following that arm back. Letting our torso rotate. And then coming back to face forward, bringing your shoulder the other direction. So up, forward, and down. Back, up, and down. Loosening up the shoulders and then bringing the elbow with it. Kind of making our arm a little longer here. And then we're going to bring the full arm to a forward stroke. And taking a little twist. So whatever arm is to the back, you can just rotate that way. That side. Breathe. And then facing forward, go ahead and bring your opposite knee up to that arm that's forward, right? So do a little cross crawl, exhaling as you lift. Good. Breathe. And then we'll go ahead and bring the legs down, let the arms come down, give them a little shake. Come to the end of your mat or wherever you want to be. And we're going to start with a roll down. So inhaling, we're going to let everything relax as we come down to the mat. Of course, let the knees bend as much as they need to. We're just going to hang here. Your knees do a little bend and straighten. Let your head relax. The neck relax. And then just letting the knees be as bent as they need to stack up. You can even use your hands to climb up your legs if you need to, right? So we're going to stack the spine, tilting or curling that pelvis under us as we come up. And then we'll roll down again. Inhale at the top and exhale back down. Come down here and just bend one knee and then the other. Bring the hip back as you straighten the leg. We shift our hips a bit, stretch our legs, and then centering the legs. Go ahead and walk the hands away from the feet, widen the fingers. Taking a little down dog stretch here. So whenever that feels good to you, stretch the heels down, let your body move around if it likes to. Lift the tailbone. And then we can walk our hands maybe a little farther out, getting ourselves more toward a plank. Or all the way into a plank to take a couple of deep breaths. It's however far your body wants to go here, right? And then we'll slowly lower down or not. You can just bring your knees to the mat to come down. Come around to your back. And we'll start with our feet close to our hips, lined up with our sits bones. I'm going to scooch myself down maybe a little bit here. All right, and just let everything relax, starting with a couple of breaths to just let our tailbone, our sacrum move, and using our feet to sort of push and pull that movement, right? So just let your low back relax and rock in that, arch and curl, right? Inhale and exhale. Good. Letting the back move, letting your tailbone move. The next exhale, go ahead and continue to peel off the mat up into a bridge. And relaxing our shoulders at the top, maybe moving the feet if they need to. Take a nice breath as you press the pelvis up. And let your spine melt down one bone at a time, holding those hips up. You think of reaching through your knees, lengthening out through the knees. Good. And then inhale at the bottom, letting everything relax. Exhale, peel off the mat. And as you peel your hips up, take your right arm over your head. Relax it and kind of relax it on the ground here. And then we're going to press our right hip up and just let your left hip drop ever so slightly. Good. And you're going to reach your arm, reach to your right knee, and then exhale down. So you feel like you're stretching your knee and your arm away from each other. Okay. Good. And then as the hips come down, bring your arm back by your side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale up the center, and then letting your left arm go over your head. Good. And then we're pressing our left hip up so that right hip drops just a little bit. And we're just going to think of reaching through that left knee as we reach through our left arm. And then exhale down. So really stretching the left side as we Go all the way down and then let that arm return, coming to center. And just inhale at the center, exhale, peel off the mat. Again, one bone at a time. And we're just going to stay here with our both sides level, but really press the hips up as much as you can. And your inhale, and then feel like you're reaching through the knees. Take both arms over your head and feel like you're reaching legs and knees or legs and arms away from each other, right? And then stretch the spine down. Good. And relax everything. And we're just going to stretch our left leg long. Keep your arms here. And we're going to just lengthen through that heel. So flexing your left foot, lengthening through your heel, and kind of lengthening through your arms. You're just going to float that leg up as you exhale and inhale it down. So lengthening the leg as you lift and lower it, right? Float it up, lengthening through the heel. So in other words, don't have to lift it very high. Inhale it back down. Exhale, lengthen up. Inhale, back down. And just let your leg relax. Bend your elbows. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale here. And just exhale to curl head and shoulders up as you lengthen the leg, but don't lift it. Right? So feel like you're still lengthening your left leg as you curl up. Inhale, lie back down. And everything relaxes as you inhale. And then on our exhale, we lengthen and curl up, right? So remember, this class is about lengthening. Inhale down, and now we'll put it together. So as we exhale up, we'll lengthen and lift the leg. Inhale back down. Good. Take your time taking that deep breath, and then exhale up again. So lengthen the leg as you curl up. Inhale back down. Nice deep breath. And one more time, lengthen through that leg as you press head and shoulders up. Inhale back down. Go ahead and bend your knee to bring that left foot back. Stretch your arms over your head and straighten your right leg out. Again, flexing the foot, kind of reaching your arms as you reach your leg, and just let your head relax down as you exhale that leg up. Inhale it back down. So we want to kind of lengthen our whole body as we lift that leg and lower it down. And one more time, lengthening the leg up. And lengthening it down and let it relax. Here, bend your elbows again, clasp your hands. So we're just going to focus on the top part, exhaling, curl up, but still feel like you're lengthening through the right leg. Inhale down, exhale, press up. Inhale back down, and now we'll put it together. As we exhale up, we lengthen the right leg, load it up. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale up. Reaching through the heel. Inhale back down. And exhale up, lengthening. And inhale down. Bend your knee to bring your foot back in. We're going to just widen our legs a little bit apart and let your knees sway over to the right with your hands clasped behind your head. So you're going to sort of really press the elbows down and reach your left knee towards your right foot. So you feel that lengthening through your left side body. Stretch. Good. And then lift the knees and take them over to the left, reaching your right knee towards your left foot. with your elbows down. You really feel that stretch through the right side. Good. And lift the knees back up. And you're just going to bring your right leg up into tabletop, left leg up, knees up. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, curl your head and shoulders toward your knees as you bring your knees towards your head. And then lie your head and shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, curl up again. So bringing head toward knees. To bring the knees toward your head. And lie back down. Inhale. This time we're going to curl up and stay here as we extend our left leg long and just kind of lower it however far you're comfortable. Point your toes, stretch that leg up to the ceiling, flex the foot, reach it back down long, point the toes, lengthen it to the ceiling, flex the foot, reach it back down, point the toes, lift it up, lengthening through the heel, lower it down. And then bend your knee, bring it in, lie your head and shoulders down for a moment. Inhale, exhale, press head and shoulders up, and we're going to stretch through that right leg, really lengthen, point the toes, lengthen to the ceiling, flex the foot, and lengthen back down. Pointing the toes, lengthen up. I'm going to point my left toes because my right toes won't point. Lengthen through the heel, back down. Lengthen through the toes to lift. And lengthen through the heel, back down. And then bring your knee in. Relax your head and shoulders down. Let's take a moment to hug our knees and relax our body. So just releasing the head and just let everything relax, move around a bit. And then go ahead and bring your legs up and bring your legs together here. And let's open them apart so your heels are together and you're in that frog position. Press your heels into each other, arms out from your shoulders. Just take your legs over to one side and exhale them back. So you're just kind of pressing your heels into each other as you stay in this open knee position. Exhale back. Inhale to the side. And exhale back. Inhale to the side, keeping the shoulders down. Exhale back. Good. Feeling like you go a little farther each time. And then when you come to the top, clasp your hands behind your head. Pull your heels in as you inhale. Really open the knees. Exhale, stretch through those legs. Reach through your heels. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale, lie back down. Pull the heels in. Exhale, press up and stretch through the heels. Squeeze. Inhale, lie back down. Pull the heels in. And this time we're going to stretch it out again. Stretch, stretch, stretch through the heels. Point the toes, stay up, and lift the legs, lengthening them up. Flex the feet, lengthening them back down. Point the toes, lengthen up. Flex the feet, lengthen down. Point and lift. Feel like you're lengthening through both legs as you lift and lower. Up and reach back down. One more time. Lift the legs up and stay here. Let your head and shoulders relax down. Open the legs apart. Just come into a straddle. Just kind of let gravity give you a stretch here. Of course, your knees can be bent if they need to be. Just want to kind of stretch the inside of the hips and legs, right? Good. And then bring the legs together. Let go of your head with your hands. Bend your knees. Grab hold of your feet. So knees are open in our little kind of happy baby pose. And see if you can't hold on to your feet and just rock side to side, pulling your knees down. Good. And then coming to center, we're going to hold on to our left foot, stretch our right arm and leg long, reaching through the right side. Hopefully you're starting to feel some lengthening happening here. Bring your right side together, stretch through that left arm and leg, reach. Both arms and both legs, stretch out, and just do a side to side stretch. So reach one side, reach through the other, feel your hips, your shoulders moving up and down. Good. And then relax everything. Open the legs a little wider, arms into a wide V, and we'll take one spiral stretch over to one side. So one arm over to the other, stretch as far as you can, really lengthening through the leg and the arm, through the side body. Then coming onto our back and taking it to the other side. And lengthening as much as you can, reaching. And coming onto your back. Now here we're going to bend our knees and bring our feet back under us with the feet in line with the sits bones. And then bring your arms down and put your elbows or your forearms up with the elbows on the ground, because that'll help you be more stable. Okay, and we're going to take an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to press the hips up and then shift your weight a little bit so that you can bring your left leg up. Okay, and you're going to bring it to that point where it's comfortable towards you, and then extend it to the ceiling. So what we'll do is we're going to lengthen that leg up, and then as we lengthen it down, we're also going to lower our hips down. So focus on lengthening the leg, and then we lengthen the leg up as we press our hips up, and we lengthen the leg down as we lower the hips down. Good, and lengthen up as you press hips up, and lengthen back down as the hips lower down. And again, lengthen up and lengthen back down. And then go ahead and bend that foot, that knee, bring your foot under you. Relax your hips for a moment. Good. Inhale, exhale, press the hips up and bring your right leg up. Extend it. Good. And then lengthening that leg as we lower it down and lower our hips down. And then lengthen it up as we press hips up. Good. And lengthen it down as we lower. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Lengthening down as you lower. I'm not sure how many we did on the other side. We'll do one more. Okay. Lengthening up as you press the hips up. One more time. We're going to lengthen it down as we lower, and then bring that foot in and relax your hips on the ground. Good. Stretch your left knee in toward your chest. Stretch your right leg long. Stretch the legs away from each other. Give it a nice stretch toward your shoulder, toward your chest, and then extend that leg to the ceiling and grab hold and lift your head up toward your leg and give it a good stretch. Now, if you need to bend or you want to bend your right leg, you can, depending on how your legs feel. Just kind of really focusing on stretching this leg here. Laying the head down, you can move your foot. Yeah. Good. And circle the ankle, flex and point, whatever feels good to you. And then bring your arms out from your shoulders. And if you can get this leg straight as possible, take it across the body, reaching for your right hand, rolling off with a hip. Feel that nice stretch through your hip. And lift the leg up. Open it out, reaching for your left hand. And lift it up. And again, across the body, reaching for that right hand. Get a nice stretch through that hip. And lift up. And open. And lift up. We'll just do a few circles. Whatever size circles feels good to you, taking that leg across, sweeping it around and back. Feel free to let your knee bend, but let your hips move and really lengthen through your right leg on the ground. And then we'll reverse our circles, take a couple, few the other direction, out and around. Again, however big they want to be. And then when you come to the top, go ahead and hug your knee, stretch it in, and draw your right leg in. Put your left foot on the ground, straighten your right leg, and again, stretch that left leg long, or you can keep it bent if you like, if that helps you get a better stretch in your right leg. And let's give this leg a stretch. So go ahead and lift your body and pull it leg towards you, or whatever feels good to you. Stretch, and you can move your foot. Whatever way feels good to your foot. Of course, you can bend and straighten your knee. It is Monday, right? So we got to get a good stretch in. All right. And then we'll bring our arms out from our shoulders and get that leg as straight as we can, taking it across the body, reaching for that left hand. And lifting it up, opening it out to the right. And lifting it up. And across the body, maybe you can go a little farther this time. Extending through that leg, feel that stretch in the hip. And lift it up. And opening out, really reach through your left leg so that you stay, that hip stays down. And lift it up, and we'll take a few circles. Again, as big or as whatever size feels good to you, just circle that leg around and across, down, around, and up. It's more about the hip, right? So we really want to move our hip and relax our shoulders. And then we can go the other direction and reaching through that left leg to anchor us. Breathe. And then when we finish this circle, we can hug our knee in, give it a stretch toward our shoulder. And then pull both knees in. Give your body a nice stretch, curl into a ball if you want. And if you can rock your body, do a little rocking motion, holding up to your legs. Come up. And when you come up to sitting, you can go ahead and extend the legs out in front, lifting the sits bones up, and however bent your knees need to be, bring the pelvis forward and stretch for the legs. So you can always use something to help you stretch if you need to, but it's okay if your knees are a little bit bent. I know stretching has become a full-time job for me. Pretty much. And let's go ahead and bring our legs into that diamond, so that loose bend with the feet together, and just again lifting the sits bones, stretch forward. Your legs relax, your body relax forward. And then coming up and just letting your torso, not the hips stay still, turn the torso to one leg, just coming forward so head comes toward that knee. And just relaxing here, keeping the hips down. And come up and come to center and go to the other side. So head toward knee, let your arms come forward. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Go ahead and straighten your legs, and let's start with the legs a little bit bent and straighten the spine, and then straighten the legs, right? So we want to get our spine as tall, as lengthened and erect as we can, and then straighten the legs. Reach your arms forward with the palms down. So focusing on the spine and the back, we're going to lengthen tall and lift the right arm up, lengthening as we lift, and then bring it forward. Inhale, and then lengthening the spine as our left arm lifts. So we're really lengthening the spine as our arm comes up, right? And then bring it forward. And then both arms, lengthen tall, lift both arms, lift, and bring the arms forward, face the palms to each other, lengthen the spine, and take your left arm out to the side, following it back slowly so we don't lose that length in our spine. And then closing it, right? Focusing on lengthening our spine. So lengthen the spine, and then open the right arm slowly, following it back. Keeping that length. And bringing the arm forward, and let everything relax for a moment. You might shake the legs or whatever feels good to you. And we're going to keep our legs straight. We're going to lengthen through our heels. Right? So again, we're going to really feel, you're going to measure yourself. We should have done before and after, because you're going to feel like your legs are going to be longer. Okay, so reaching forward, you're going to lengthen through your heels. As you lengthen, you're going to curl the tailbone under and round back. Don't let the shoulders tense. Really keep that. And you can even use your hands. You can push your legs long, right? Just go back to your sacrum to start with, and then inhale and exhale up. I've done this before, and so you're really going to feel it more when you focus on lengthening, right? So just go down as far as you're comfortable. So really lengthening through the heels. Lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. You go down as far as you think you should go. And then inhale and exhale up. And again, inhale, exhale, lengthening through that leg. And however far you feel like going, right? Maybe to your rib cage. Inhale, exhale up. And then we're just going to add a little bit to that. So as we lengthen down, lengthen down, we're going to let that right leg lift up a little bit. Keep lengthening it. And then lift back up and lower the leg. Sort of a one-legged teaser, right? Inhale, exhale, lengthen. And as we go down, our left leg lifts up a little bit. We're reaching through that leg. Inhale, exhale down. You see, I can't even talk. So hard. And when you come up to the top, take a stretch over your legs, just reaching over for your toes. And then we're going to lengthen all the way onto our back. So reach through those legs as you come all the way down. And then take your arms over your head, arms and legs together. Roll your body onto your side. A little bit off my mat. Okay. And grab hold of your top arm with your bottom hand. Just grab hold of the wrist. And then sort of lengthening through your top leg and arm. Just give it a little stretch. Really reaching long through that leg. Giving your side body a stretch. And then relax that arm. You can bring your hand in front of you on the ground if you want. Keep your legs glued together as you inhale, lengthening the legs and floating them up as you exhale. Inhale back down and exhale, lengthen both legs up. Inhale back down. Exhale, lengthen them up. Inhale back down. This time we're going to lengthen them up and then just keep the top leg going, keeping the bottom leg holding there as you lengthen that top leg up and down. So it's not going to lift very high. We're going to focus more on the length. Right? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Just focusing on lengthening that leg up and down. When you lower this time, go ahead and let both legs float down. Relax. And then again, inhale, exhale, float both legs up as high as you can. And then let your bottom leg relax. Squeeze it back up. And then inhale, relax it. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze it up. One more time. And then let both legs lower down and relax. Go ahead and let your knees bend so that you can really relax. Let's take hold of our top leg. So if you can, grab hold of your in front of your ankle or somewhere that you can hold on to, and see if you can't just pull that knee back and pull your shoulder back, get a little stretch there. And your bottom leg can do whatever it needs to. Just give it a little stretch. Pulling it toward heel toward butt or whatever feels good to you to get a stretch in the front of your leg. And then just let it relax, bring it forward. And then straighten that top leg. We're going to kick it forward. So really reach it forward as you kick and point and reach back. And kick forward and reach back. And kick forward and reach back. Good. And this time, when you reach back, stretch your arm away from your leg. Good. Big stretch. And then lift the arm and leg up to the ceiling and take your arm behind you and your leg forward. And then lift both of them up again and switch so the leg goes back, arm goes forward. And then lift them up, leg goes forward, arm goes back. And lift up, switch again. Get it nice twisty going. Leg goes up, leg goes forward, arm goes back. And this time we'll just lift to the top, let everything lower down, let your knees bend and relax. Press yourself up with your bottom hand to your elbow. Straighten your top leg and finding your elbow under your shoulder, lift the rib cage, lift the hips and lift the arm, and just take a big stretch and arch over. And then lift the arm up, lower the hips down, and come up to mermaid or whatever bent leg position works for you. Take this little side stretch. This direction. Yeah. All right, and then come up. And we're going to just cross this top leg over. This bottom leg can be bent or straight. And then hug your knee in. Press your hips into the ground. Lift your spine. Pull that knee towards you. And then just take a little twist as you hug your knee. Take a little twist to the back here. So come around and uncross the legs and we'll come onto our back, rolling, lengthening down, arms over the head, legs together, arms together. So you're going to roll onto your side. And then again, holding onto your top hand or wrist with your bottom hand, lengthening our side body on the top. So reaching the leg long, reaching the arm, give it a stretch. And then relax, and you can, if you want to bring your top hand in front of you, glue the legs together, lengthen through the heels, float the legs up. Inhale, float them down. Exhale, lengthen up. Inhale, lower down. Big deep breath. Exhale up. Inhale down. This time we'll exhale up and then continue the top leg, lengthening up and down. So there's the bottom leg is just hovering, lifted off the ground, lengthening the top leg, toes pointed forward. Good. And then when the leg lowers, you can lower both legs for a moment. Let them relax. Inhale, exhale, float them up. Now holding that top leg still, lower your bottom leg, squeeze it up. Let it relax, squeeze it up. Let it relax, squeeze it up. Exhale to squeeze. Last one, and then hold, relax the legs, let them bend, and just take a little break there. And then extending that top leg long, reaching through your heel, kick forward, point back, really stretch. Oh, I forgot we were going to do the stretch. So hold it there, back, grab hold of your ankle or foot. First, pull the knee back and give it a good stretch to the back as you press your hip forward. Almost forgot that. Okay. It feels good for the top of the leg and the knee. And then we'll kick. So you can release and kick forward on your inhale. Point back, reach. Extending the leg long. Forward and back. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then next time we reach back, we're going to reach our arm forward and reach arm and leg away from each other. And then lift them both up and switch. Leg goes forward, arm goes back. Feel free to bend your elbow, of course. It needs to, right? And then lift and switch. Stretch. And then lift and twist the other way. Feels good, a little twist. And then lift and reach. And keep going. Lift and switch. And lift and reach. Then one more time to the back. So lift and arm goes back, leg goes forward. And lift and let everything come down. Let your knees bend. And come up onto your elbow. Press yourself up onto the elbow. Extend that top leg, pressing into the ground. Lift the ribs, lift the hips, lift the arm. And just do a big stretch, arch over, leg reaches away from arm. Vice versa. And then lifting the arm up, letting everything lower all the way down to come up into mermaid or some bent leg position. And then taking this side stretch. So, yeah. Always feel free to let your arm bend in any way it needs to. It doesn't always have to be straight, right? Depending on your shoulders. And then we're going to come up and cross this leg over. This leg can be bent or straight. Press the hips down, pull the knee in, lift the spine. Try to relax the shoulders. Take a twist to that side. So pulling the knee in and twist. Good. And then come around, uncross yourself, come onto your all fours. Of course, any padding that you want to have. Take a moment to move the spine, curl the tailbone under, press back toward heels if you like, and lift up and come into an arch. Round. And arch. Now just letting our spine move. Here. And we're going to tuck our toes into the mat. Then curl the tailbone under, press the hips back, lift up, float the knees, and if you'd like, you can also pike the hips up to the ceiling, stretch them up, and then bringing ourselves slowly back down, knees onto the mat, and arch. And then curl the tailbone and round, press hips back, draw yourself up, float the knees, pike the hips if you like. Bring our knees back the way they came and arch. And one more time, round, press back, hold torso up, float the knees, pike up. And bringing ourselves slowly back the way we came and arch. Relax your toes down onto the mat. Good. And then bringing ourselves back to neutral. Go ahead and adjust your hands if you need to make it so that your wrists are comfortable. So you need to shift your body weight back slightly, you can. And actually, let's start by just kind of rocking our body. So finding our neutral, just feel your body rock a little bit forward and back, right? So you can just kind of shift forward, shift back, shift forward, shift back. Yeah, feel that weight shift. And then come center, and now shift right to left. I haven't done this one in a while. So then come center, and now we're going to make a circle. So you're going to shift body forward, left, back, right. Forward, left, back, right. And then reverse your circle. Just shifting your body weight around. And then find center. Notice how that feels. Stretch your left leg back with your toes touching. Reach your right arm forward out from your shoulder and lift everything and reach. And breathe. Really lift. Good. And return. Stretch your right leg straight back with toes touching. Reach your left arm out. Lift and reach. Good. Really lift and lengthen here. And back to the mat. Good. Sit back to your heels for just a moment. Off of your hands. And then slide onto your belly. So we're going to come onto our belly, starting with our elbows underneath our shoulders, just to get used to being on our belly, right? Let your pelvis relax. Actually, I think we'll stay in Sphinx for a moment. See if you can't, if this is possible, you might need to adjust your elbows farther away from you, but see if you can slide your left knee up towards your left shoulder. Open that hip in Sphinx position. Now, if this is not doable for your hips, just bring your arms like farther out until you can bring your knee up or something like that, right? To kind of let your hip open. It's a really nice way to open the hips, kind of forced open. And then slide that leg down and then switch over to the right leg. Draw that knee up in whatever way works for you. Let your hip feel that kind of relaxed openness here. Good. And slide it back down. All right. And then go ahead and let your hands be stacked on the mat. Let your forehead rest on your hands. We're going to lengthen our left leg and lift it up, pressing your pelvis into the ground, and then relax it, and then lengthen your right leg and lift it up. And relax it. And then we'll add pressing the head and chest up as you lengthen your left leg up, and then lower down and lengthen your right leg up and lower down. And again, left leg as you press head and chest up and lower down, and right leg lengthens back and lifts and lower down. And then we're going to bring our head and chest up, lengthen both legs, lift and lower down, and draw your elbows in towards you, towards your waist, towards hands somewhere under your shoulders, wherever you're comfortable, right? Lengthen head and chest out and up, pressing into the hands to come up into a little extension. And then we're going to lower down. And as we lower down, we're going to lift our legs behind us. Lengthen them up and then let them lower as we press our head and chest up into a little swan or cobra. And then as we lower down, we lengthen and lift both legs. So it's a variation on swan rocking, right? So first the top half comes up, And then as the top half goes down, we lengthen and lift our legs. And then they go down and our top half comes up. Okay, so keep going. Lengthen, lift. And just kind of get a rhythm going for yourself, right? Feeling that arching. Good. And then next time you lower your head and chest, relax everything. And we're going to bring our arms out and reach them back towards our feet. So just reach your arms towards your legs, stretch them long, lift your head and chest, lift the legs up so you're in dart or like a locust pose, and just flutter kick your legs, reaching them back, right? So just do a little flutter kick, holding your body up, holding your body, just hovering off the mat. And then stop, bring your hands back around, arms underneath you again, elbows in, and relax down. And then we're going to press up onto our knees and sit back onto our heels for a little stretch. So take a moment in a child's pose. If you like to open the knees apart, you can open the hips a little bit more. All right, and then come up to sitting. We're going to bring our legs into a straddle with the knees bent. Hold underneath your thighs. Lift, so a little bent like that. Lift the spine tall and just pull your chest toward the ground. So you feel a little stretch in your low back, right? Pull the torso toward the ground. Should feel a nice stretch in your sacrum. And then lift up and then let the legs straighten as much as they do. They may not straighten. Okay, arms out. And we're going to rotate, anchoring the hips, rotate, stretch back away from that top leg. So if your right arm is stretching away from your right leg, you're leaning into that stretch. And then come back around the center, rotate, and that back arm goes down, and you're going to stretch away from your leg. And lift up and center. And then we're going to rotate and stretch forward for the opposite foot. And lift up and center, rotate, stretch across. Lift up, rotate, and back to the back, right? So rotate, stretch back, and come forward and center, rotate, stretch back, lift up, and center, and then to the front, rotate, reach across, and lift up, and one more, stretch across. And lift up and come center, relax your arms, your shoulders, maybe give them a little shake. If you want, also, you can kind of let your head circle a little bit, release the neck, right? Draw a little circle with your head. Also should help release the neck. Good. And thank you all for coming. Hope you feel a little bit more lengthened now after that.